How do you do it?
Golda, it is so amazing to see you. Congratulations on Queen Charlotte. Finally, my favorite character gets her due.
Thank you so much.
So, the larger Bridgerton universe has been embraced by the queer community right from the start. And I wonder for you, as a queer person, what that kind of love and adoration from the audience has meant to you.
It's amazing, You work on something and you hope that when you put it out there, it reaches people and touches people and they get it. So yeah, for my community to get on board, yeah, it's amazing. I feel very blessed.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so exciting. We got a queer love story and everything this year, everything we've been
Yeah,
wanting, and more Queen
yeah,
Charlotte.
yeah.
So I have loved Queen Charlotte from the beginning. She has the sass, she has the costume, she has the best wigs, and of course, your amazing performance. But this time we really get to see a lot more about her. We get to see sides of her as a mother, as a lover, as a friend. And it was really great to kind of get deeper and see the ways in which she kind of breaks some of the taboos socially, but also like as a mother. And I wanted to know for you what it's meant to get to play a complicated and imperfect and yet like powerful character like Charlotte.
Yeah, I mean, that's a dream for an actress, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? To be able to play a well, fully rounded person that's messy, that's joyous, that's, confident in her own soul, that's not confident at, certain moments, that's complex and that has a relationship, complex relationship with her family and her
Yeah.
children. And so many different layers are played out in Queen Charlotte, that really informs the person that you know and love in Bridgerton. So to be able to, yeah, really expand on what we know already. And obviously I've already, some of the stuff I've already imagined, and that's in the backstory, but to be in Bridgerton, but to be able to kind of really push into that and lean into that part of her that you don't get to see in Bridgerton. The kind of behind the scenes
Yeah.
is really amazing as for me as an actress.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, one of the things that has always really been powerful for me as a fan of the show is how inclusion is like innate in the very storytelling, every detail of it. And this season, what I appreciated is that it explored themes around mental illness and like the sense of feeling worthy for love in that scenario. And I appreciated what the show ultimately kind of has to say about that. And I'm curious if you can talk a little bit about your thoughts on the inclusion of that theme and its, execution in the show.
I think it's brilliantly executed. um I think it's driven obviously by story. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's, and that's the way to do those kind of things. That's the way to discuss difficult topics, that they are driven by story and not kind of pushed upon the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that the audience can invest in that character and their story and their journey, whether their journey has to do with race or queerness or mental health. That the storyline is driven through the exquisite writing of Shonda Rhimes. But I think as artists, we have, an obligation. We have the platform to do and to talk about those things in a creative way. And if
Mm-hmm.
that pushes the door open a little bit more, a little bit wider, for us all to be able to come to the table and have the conversation, that's a plus for me. But it's making a space where we can have that conversation, and we do that through creativity, through storytelling.
Oh, I think that's so powerful. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. As I said, loved the show, love the character. So glad to get to see so much more of you in that role. And I'm like crossing my fingers for a second season already. Is it too soon? It's not too soon, right?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.